Thanks for checking out another episode, and this is Jason. Really? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, and this is Jason Travel. So right now I just took a trip back home, back to my hometown of Chino Valley, and I'm here spending time with my parents, and I thought I'd sit down with you guys and talk a little bit about my experiences as a new YouTuber and a travel vlogger, not only in college but also during this pandemic time. So I'm not quite sure why I decided to start a travel vlog during this time, but you know what, I did it anyways, so here I am. Well, I'm in my last semester, my senior year of college, so I'm almost there, a couple months left. So I wanted to start being a travel vlogger because it just really inspired me. I went to so many beautiful places, and I thought if I could share this with other people, how incredible would that be? Plus, I get to make my own videos and record my own content, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm also a photographer, so this helps me build my photography skills as well. Hold on, I need some water. It's not water. It also gives me excuses to get out every single week to get new content and new videos. You'll have to ignore my chickens. They're obnoxious. So, down to what it's like being a new YouTuber. It's actually kind of difficult. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be. So I honestly commend all the other YouTube channels out there that are killing it and making it big. Starting out small makes you realize how much work it actually is and how much time and effort these people put into each of their videos. So definitely want to thank all the people out there that are making travel vlogs themselves and just killing it. It's been an interesting experience trying to talk in front of the camera. I think that's been the hardest part for me, is especially when somebody else, like my boyfriend, is recording for me and I have to stand there and not look awkward. Which is... Could you not? Which is very hard to do, by the way. But you kind of get used to it after a little while. If you knew how many takes and retakes I took of things, it'd be insane. But I'm sure most people are like that, most travel vloggers, who are new and just starting out and getting used to talking to a camera. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. So the first thing I learned is that you really got to get comfortable in front of the camera. Not only talking to it, but also just posing in front of it and trying to get some good pictures as well, which takes a little while. The fun part about it is being a photographer and getting to take my own pictures. I've learned a lot more about my camera and got to personalize my camera more. I went over this in one of my previous videos. I think it's the first video that I recorded. But the camera that I use is a Nikon D50-200. It's a small but efficient DSLR camera. I have exchangeable lens, but I mostly use my smaller millimeter lens. So besides getting used to the camera and talking in front of the camera, learning how to pose in front of the camera, and getting more familiar with taking pictures on my camera, I've also had to learn basic movie making skills. I use basic iMovie on my MacBook Air, comes on any Macs, and it's actually been really effective for making movies for me. It's been simple and easy to learn, and I think it's a great software for beginners. Definitely want to improve and move on to better software in the future, but for right now, that's just what I'm using to make these videos. A lot of them too are also on my iPhone camera. I have an iPhone 8, and that's what I record a lot of my stuff on because it's quick, it's easy, and it's right there, and I'm not up in somebody's face with the camera. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get more used to and being okay with bringing my camera everywhere, talking in front of my camera, and talking in front of random strangers. But for now, that's not the case, sadly. So I think the hardest thing about being a new YouTuber is learning all of the skills and learning your audience that you want to pick. I think that's one of the biggest things, is that I'm trying to figure out who my audience is and how I want to relate to them. So if you're looking to be a YouTuber, look at what content you have, what you're recording, and who's going to be watching it. So you definitely want to be clear on what type of videos you're making and who you think will be watching it. So my tips for you guys as starting out as a new YouTuber during this pandemic time is to also get out as much as possible. Even if you're recording a simple drive that you're on, I think it's super important to just get content out there and to make your audience aware of who you are. There's definitely been times that I have struggled to get content and to come up with new ideas. So I would love to hear from you guys if you have anything that you would like to see, and definitely recommend places that I can visit, because always looking for new places to put on my bucket list. One of the biggest things that I've learned about being a new YouTuber during this time especially is to just take advantage of each opportunity to get out. Even though it may not be a huge trip like some of the other places I've been to, you can still get out and go places. And right now, if you feel comfortable, flying is a great option, and so is road trips. So road trips have been a lifesaver for me because you don't have to be exposed to people. You're with your friends, your family, whoever you're on the road trip with, or by yourself. And it's a great way to see the country, to get a lot of content, and also to see new places during this pandemic. So what has this experience been like being in college? So one of the biggest misconceptions that I want to address right now is that because you're in college, you're not going to have time to travel, or you're not going to be able to travel. And I think that is so false. One of the biggest things that I've learned from this is that traveling is so much easier than you may think, because traveling could be driving your car from one town to the next, or down a dirt road. Just something very simple, and traveling doesn't have to be far or diverse. It can be in your own backyard, and there's so many places that you probably haven't explored in your hometown. And I realized that too once I started recording and thinking about places that I could go, was that there's so many little places in my town, my college town, that I've been for 4 years that I haven't even explored or experienced before. So that's been a unique opportunity that I have gotten to play around with a little bit more as I've developed this YouTube channel. One of the hardest things for me about being a YouTuber in college has been balance. Is trying to balance schoolwork with finding enough time to record videos and actually edit the videos so they look semi-okay. It's taken a lot of time management to really set up a schedule that works for me, and I think that's different for everyone depending on what your workload is. But this semester has been insanely busy for me and is probably one of the hardest semesters that I've had in college. Despite that though, I'm still able to fit in time because I'm passionate and I really want to make my channel succeed. So I put in the time and energy to do so. The biggest takeaway between all of this about being a YouTuber in college and during the pandemic is that it is difficult and that it requires time and energy, but it is also 100% worth it. So if you're thinking about becoming a YouTuber, or you just like learning about what YouTubers go through and kind of the process of it, don't be afraid to explore more into it and try out your own channel sometime. Let me know and I'll definitely give you a follow. Thank you guys for watching another episode and listening to me talk. I hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know what you thought. Till next time, see you guys later. Bye.